All right, why don't we begin? Welcome to our special town meeting. And thanks to COVID, the quorum is 15, and it's obvious that we have our 15 present. So why don't we begin by standing for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'd like to introduce some people tonight, some of them new to you since the last time we met. Members of our Select Board, Chair Sean Kerrigan, Vice Chair William Connolly, John Busno, Ed DeVault, and new on the board this year, Matt Kobus. Members of the Clinton Finance Committee include the new co-chairs, Bill McGrail and Bob Latini, continuing member, Ed Powers Jr., and the recently appointed members, Erin Powell, Paul Cherubini, and Mike Jakonski. Also with us tonight are Michael Ward, Town Administrator, and Bob Gibbons, Town Solicitor. And the Secretary for tonight's meeting is Julie Kilbride. And by the way, Julie has been taking notes at town meeting since June of 1995, and tonight is her last meeting. I know you will join me in thanking Julie for her many years of service to this community. Julie Kilbride. I'm Terry Engano. I'll be your moderator, and I think I'd rather get right to this. So I think you know the rules. If anyone really wants to speak, they may go to the center table and once again identify yourself, your name and address, and we'll take it from there. All right, let's get rolling. Article 1.
Mr. Moderator, I move that the town vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $925,184 and amend the fiscal year 2021 town budget to increase the school department line item from $23,599,095 to $24,524,279.
Second.
All right, Article 1 is really deciding which pot of money we'll take from. The state came through with much more money than originally planned, and instead of using the school's reserve funds, why not use the state funds? That's what this is all about. Any questions, comments, discussions on it? If not, all in favor, raise your card, please. And opposed? Thank you. The article is approved. Go ahead.
Mr. Moderator, I move that the town vote to authorize, under Chapter 44 of the General Laws, a lease purchase financing agreement for a total approximate amount of $350,000 for the acquisition of a new ambulance, and that the fire chief shall be authorized to enter into such agreement on behalf of the town, subject to approval of an appropriation for the first year payment from the Ambulance Enterprise Fund.
Second.
All right, Article 2 is to authorize the fire chief to begin working on a lease process for a new town ambulance. And that money for that ambulance will come out of the Ambulance Enterprise Fund. Sir. Yes, you want to come up to the mic, please? Give your name and address.
Is this on? Can you hear me? Richard Curver, 88 South Meadow Road. And the question is relating to the fuel source. We are in catastrophic climate change times, and there is a move supported at every level of government to transition away from fossil fuels. So if we're introducing a new vehicle into the town fleet, is there consideration relative to fuel source, and how extensive has that consideration been, and can you disclose some of the details of that? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, I don't have the knowledge to answer that. I can, all right. The fire chief can answer that, though.
Michael Lutz, 128 Pine Street. I'm your fire chief.
The answer to the question, to the best of my knowledge, is I have never heard of an ambulance that's electric or any other, it's only diesel or gasoline are the only options that I'm aware of. Not to say that they don't exist, say that I don't know that they exist.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Then further research needs to be done.
Yes, I think, remember, the process takes about probably 6 to 12 months.
Okay.
So I think if you have some kind of information that you'd like to share later on with the fire chief,
So
he's
I
not
should
ready.
If I enter into direct dialogue with the fire chief over the next 12 months, I might be able to influence the decision a little bit.
I'm not sure if I heard that, sir, but I think that you could go to the fire chief with further information that you may know about. He does not know that at this point. So if you had some kind of information about alternate energy or a different type of ambulance, I think you could go to him, and he's very approachable, and you could do that.
Okay, so the current warrant is only to allocate the funds from the budget so the fire chief can begin to do the research.
We are doing the authorization only right now. We're not buying an ambulance yet.
Thank you very much.
Any other questions, comments, discussions? There being none, all in favor, raise your card, please. And opposed? The article is approved. Article 3.
Mr. Moderator, I move that the town vote to accept provisions of Chapter 40, Section 57 of the general laws for the creation of a bylaw that allows any board, officer, commission, or department to deny an application, revoke or suspend a building permit, or any local license or permit, including renewals and transfers, issued by the town for any person, corporation, or business enterprise who has neglected or refused to pay any local taxes, fees, assessments, betterments, or any other municipal charges.
Second.
All right, this article is simply granting the authority to town officials to begin working on a new bylaw. All right? That bylaw would have to be presented to you folks in June anyway. But this just gives the authorization for them to begin the process of working on it. Questions, comments, discussion? There being none, all in favor, aye, hands up, and opposed. The article is approved.
Mr. Moderator, I move to adjourn.
Second.
This meeting is over. Thank you so much for coming out. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and stay safe. Here, that was the gavel, which I forgot.